Spoilers ahead. Proceed carefully. It's late when a young woman finally steps out of her job after staying for overtime. A bunch of guys snatch the taxi she spotted first, forcing her to walk home instead. As she takes the dim, empty road, a van slows beside her. Its driver, Do-shik, offers her a lift. She refuses, unwilling to sit in a stranger's vehicle, but after walking further, she hears odd sounds. When she turns back, the van door is ajar and someone inside seems to be crying for help. She approaches cautiously and peeks inside, only to find scattered clothes and a man's dead body. Because the voice she heard was Do-shik faking it, and he grabs her instantly, dragging her in to silence her. Moments later, after calling 911 and changing into clean clothes, Do-shik greets two police officers. Acting devastated. He points to where he dumped the bodies and lies that he witnessed workers stabbing the woman. Days later, Kim Kyung-mi sits at her regular customer service desk. She's a young deaf woman, so she handles calls from deaf clients through sign language video chats. But just like normal customer service, rude callers insult her or flip her off. After her shift, she attends a company dinner even though she can't follow their chatter. The men at the table use her deafness to make vulgar comments about her. Not knowing she lip reads, she signs back insults they assume are compliments. Later, she picks up her deaf mother from her tailoring job, saving her from a bike accident thanks to her car's sound sensor. Her mom is thrilled because she earned good money this month, meaning they can finally take that beach trip. Somewhere else, Choi Seo-young is dressing up to go out, but her brother, security guard Jong-tak, is overly protective. After their parents' death, they argue about her outfit and curfew. She promises she'll behave, but during her date, she ignores her brother's messages and doesn't return home on time. Since she won't answer calls either, Jong-tak goes. She ignores her brother's messages and doesn't return home on time. Since she won't answer calls either, Jong-tak goes out searching for her. Later that night, Do-shik goes hunting for another victim. He spots Kyung-mi leaving her mother beside an alarm post while she parks the car, and intends to target her. But at that exact second, Seo-young appears on the same street, so he switches victims. He attacks her swiftly, unnoticed because Kyung-mi's mother is walking away and can't hear the struggle. After finishing with Seo-young, he considers approaching the mother, but interruptions keep ruining his plan. First, Jong-tak stops by to ask if she's seen his sister, then Kyung-mi returns from parking. While walking back, Kyung-mi notices a white shoe sliding out of a dark alley. There's also someone calling for help even though she can't hear it. When a second shoe appears, she steps inside and finds Seo-young bleeding and pleading. Before she reacts, Do-shik lunges at her with an axe. But Seo-young pushes him, giving Kyung-mi a chance to run. Kyung-mi returns to the street and, upon seeing her mom, runs the opposite way to protect her. She heads to the parking area and hides among the cars, making her way toward the back exit, which has a loud, squeaky handle. As she slowly pushes it, Do-shik hears the sound and charges. But she slips through the chain door just in time. She reaches her car and calls her mom to stay near the alarm post. But the moment she hangs up, Do-shik appears in the back seat holding a knife. He forces her to drive. But instead of escaping the building, she speeds toward the wall, stopping abruptly to create an opening to bolt away. Another chase begins. Kyung-mi reaches her mother before Do-shik catches up. Because Kyung-mi presses the alarm button, Do-shik can't get near them, so while they wait for police, he returns to his van. He hides Seo-young's body inside, changes clothes and hairstyle to look like a normal businessman, and casually approaches the women. Kyung-mi doesn't recognize him since the killer wore a mask earlier. When he claims he's searching for his sister, Kyung-mi believes him and nearly leads him to the alley. Until the cops arrive. But the alley is empty. Kyung-mi asks for CCTV footage. But the security guard explains that some kids shut the cameras off to smoke there. All three are taken to the station to file proper statements. In the elevator, Do-shik keeps eyeing the weapons in his bag and glancing at the women. Kyung-mi's mother notices his calm expression doesn't match a worried brother. To maintain his act, Do-shik pulls out a black phone and claims he just received a text from his sister, meaning the body they saw wasn't hers. Later, Kyung-mi finishes her report. But the officer can't help much without a body or description. Do-shik tries to butt in, But the cop scolds him. A homeless man on a nearby couch insults him too. Seeing an opening, Dushik goes to get water and quietly insults the hobo so the cop won't hear, angering the man into attacking him. During the scuffle, Dushik drops a white phone, which the mother picks up. The officer drags the hobo away, so Dushik retrieves his phone and goes to check Kyungmi's statement. Really just spying on her personal details. The mother signs to Kyungmi that it's strange he has two different phones. When he catches them communicating, he demands to know what they're saying. Kyungmi simply writes, nothing, so Dushik approaches the mother and rummages through his bag for a weapon, considering his next move. At that moment, a cop comes in with Jong-tak, who's reporting his sister missing. The officer shows him the girls since the description matches Kyungmi's account. Dushik pretends he's never seen Seo-young, but Kyungmi recognizes her immediately and hands Jong-tak her statement. While she tries to explain further, the officer leaves to handle the hobo trying to re-enter the station. So Dushik threatens the mother, telling her not to move or he'll kill Kyungmi. He pulls out a knife and advances toward her daughter, but the mother makes a loud noise, alerting Jong-tak. He spins around and stops the attack, and the two men start fighting while the women run out and call for help. Dushik confesses that he hurt Seo-young, sending Jong-tak into a rage. He beats Dushik and even puts the knife to his throat, demanding to know where his sister is, but cops interrupt them. Dushik pretends to be the victim, and because of the compromising pose, the officers believe him and arrest Jong-tak. Dushik walks free. The women remain with Jong-tak while the police check the cameras and confirm their story was true. Jong-tak returns to the streets to search for Seo-young. The cops escort the women home, where motion-triggered lights blink whenever someone approaches. As mother and daughter drink tea, the lights warn of someone at the door. It's late, so they're tense. But it's just the mother's co-worker picking up some bags. The elderly ladies leave, leaving Kyungmi alone. Not knowing Dushik has arrived and broken the outdoor sensor so she won't notice him. Her indoor sensors still detect his steps, though, so when Kyungmi walks out to check, Dushik sets off an alarm clock to make her think that caused the lights. Once she returns to her room, he disables the remaining sensors and grabs his axe. Just then, Kyungmi notices a toy on her dresser lighting up while the sensors stay still. She turns around, dodging Dushik's attack at the last second. She runs to another room, blocks the door with a dresser, and texts Jong-tak for help. She also messages her mom telling her not to return. But when the door stops shaking, she gets a text saying her mother is already home and saw the door open. Thinking her mom is in danger, she starts moving the dresser, but more messages come from her mom with perfect spelling. Something her real mother never has. She realizes Dushik has her phone, and she pushes the dresser back just as he tries to reach through the gap. He grabs for her hand, but she pulls back and locks the door in his face. He doesn't stop, he hacks the door apart with the axe. With no escape, Kyungmi jumps out the window. And though Dushik grabs her hair, she struggles free and lands safely in a pile of trash. She sprints off, he chases, Jong-tak arrives and joins the pursuit. After running through countless blocks, Dushik traps Kyungmi in a closed space. He's about to strike when Jong-tak appears. To stop him, Dushik presses his knife to his own throat, saying if he dies, Jong-tak will never know where Seo-young is. Paralyzed, Jong-tak receives a text with Seo-young's location. Dushik forces him to choose between the two girls. Jong-tak apologizes to Kyungmi and runs off to the address, Kyungmi's house, which is empty. He meets the mother when she returns. Meanwhile, Kyungmi grabs a discarded chair to defend herself, but Dushik snatches it and pins her down, as he uses the phone to taunt Jong-tak for abandoning her. Kyungmi throws dirt in his face and uses the moment to shove him off and run again. She reaches the street where the van is, sees its door open, and Seo-young crawls out bleeding, holding a knife and asking for help. As the mother and Jong-tak reach the empty chase spot, the two girls hide behind a dumpster in a narrow alley. Kyungmi urges Seo-young to call 911. But she refuses because she hears Dushik nearby. He has just discovered the van is empty. So Kyungmi forms a plan. She types a message telling Seo-young to call her brother since he's close by. They swap items, Seo-young takes the phone, Kyungmi takes the knife. When Dushik turns away, Kyungmi slips out and hides, emerging when he nears Seo-young again. She bangs on a metal shutter and makes strange sounds to draw his focus. Then threatens to slit her own throat so he can't enjoy killing her. Do-shik rushes after her. She slams the alarm button and runs again, restarting the chase. While Seo-young calls her brother. Jong-tak and the mother head out in an ambulance to help. Seo-young tells them the direction Kyung-mi ran. This time, Kyung-mi runs toward downtown, hoping the crowd will make capture harder. She struggles crossing the busy road since she can't hear traffic. But after several close calls, she reaches the other side and enters a shopping area. She tries asking strangers for help, but since she can't speak, they ignore her. Do-shik approaches, and she's forced to pull out the knife, frightening everyone into forming a circle. A man tries calling the police, but Do-shik stops him, claiming Kyung-mi is his troubled sister. And the cops will scare her into hurting herself. She uses the distraction to run. But moments later, police stop her and hand her back to Do-shik, believing his lie. They even return the knife to him. After they leave, Kyung-mi breaks down crying. Begging him with the few sounds she can make not to kill her because she still has dreams to fulfill. Not wanting to stab her in public, he drags her into a nearby alley and tells her she almost changed his mind. But not enough, he raises the knife. Thankfully, Jong-tak arrives and stops him. They fight, and Jong-tak chokes him until he passes out. He checks on Kyung-mi, saying Seo-young is safe in the hospital and her mom is close. But suddenly, Do-shik, only pretending to faint, smashes bottles and trash against Jong-tak. Kyung-mi makes him stop by picking up the knife. Do-shik escapes the alley and heads for the mother. He finds her in the busy shopping area and tries luring her into a dark alley. But Kyung-mi spots him and charges toward them with the knife. He mocks her for failing to stab him earlier and only cutting his hand. Not realizing that was the plan. She forces the knife into his hands and stabs herself, making it look like he attacked her. The crowd backs away, horrified, and ignore his pleas that he didn't do it. Police arrive and fire warning shots. But he won't stop moving, so they shoot him several times. He still tries to get up. Until Kyung-mi flips him off again, provoking him. As he lunges, Seo-young arrives and tackles him to the ground, finally killing him. Days later, Kyung-mi and her mother finally enjoy their long-awaited beach vacation. Seo-young and Jong-tak join them too. After showing the ladies the sign language they've learned, the four take a picture together.